If Busta ever try to front on me, hit you with no delay. So what you saying, yo? Silly with that 9 milli, what the devil, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show. Cause look, man, if they try to say that if you ever thought that the Busta Rhymes was better than me, you crazy. You crazy, man. You just looking at this the wrong way.
I want to do it how he do it. I see the way I do it. I want to see the breath control everything. I want to see how you do it. No, that's when when I'm in the shower, I'm Busta Rhymes. That's not how I do it in the shower. Now, hit you with nothing to answer what you saying, y'all. Sitting with the ice cream with the dilly, y'all.
I'm not the only one out here that has ever said anything about Busta Rhymes liking his to allegedly be busted open. They tell you a lot of stuff, and he told me personally that Busta Rhymes courted him. Not only courted him, got him an apartment.
You think we having fun now? I'ma bust your ass. If you take that out, Playboy, you better get to work. Stop running your trap with me. You got that you need to do to prepare for that. Holla back, homie.
Y'all, Busta Rhymes just made the wildest move ever. He ran up on 50 Cent after 50 supposedly leaked his tape, and instead of squashing it in private, 50 dragged him in front of the whole internet. This ain't regular rap drama. 50's documentary is pulling the curtain back on deep industry secrets, and now Busta's name is caught in the storm. And guess what? Orlando Brown is in the mix too. This just turned all the way up.
Who
you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. Never from trying to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Let's be honest, 50 and Busta used to be tight, always sing together, showing love, no drama. But lately things been getting tense, and this new leak might be the final straw, especially after Busta backed Diddy on Live to Word. Is Busta pulled up on 50 after hearing rumors that his name was about to pop up in 50's new documentary about Diddy's double life? So what's really happening? Why is Busta so stressed about this footage? And did 50 just call out another dull rapper? It's heating up. Busta Rhymes been throwing slick shots at 50 for years, acting like he's the bigger name, but come on, when it comes to sales impact and legacy, it's no contest. Get Rich or Die Tryin' sold over 13 million worldwide, one of the biggest hip-hop albums ever. Meanwhile, Busta's debut did 209,000 first week, not even close to the same level.
All jokes aside, I'm not playing when it comes to respectfully competing. I will bust your for real, bro, and I'm gonna bust your at any given point in time you feel like you ready to revisit this, if you just so happen to choose to revisit this. The world has seen you bow out gracefully from even entertaining this idea, so I'm not even going to continue to elaborate on that. But moving on, brother. I was asked if, as a New York MC, the opportunity presented itself for me to do a versus with you, would I take on the opportunity to do that? Of course, I'm going to accept that with grace, open arms, and welcome it in the most warm fashion I'm supposed to. Now, just for the record, brother, I don't even gotta do no competition with you with any record of mine prior to the day that you released your first single. I could just go to that one section of my catalog and deal with you accordingly and bust. That's it. That's it, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. That's how I can, folks. Come on now.
And still for years, 50 let Busta throw shade, never responded, just let him talk. But now 50 is done staying quiet because what he found out about Busta changes everything.
Fifth, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give it up to you. The production on your show, incredible. Light show, incredible. The dances, incredible. The outfit changes, incredible. Significant improvement since the way you used to perform back in the day. Like, looking like you fanning a fart is a better performance than Busta Rhymes. You out your rabbit. Keep fanning the fart. Keep fanning the fart. Hey, yo, what you say, Split? F50, fanning the fart Ferrari. F50, break it down. Fan it down. Whoa.
Tell him to change too big.
Whoa.
Tell him too big. He ain't got no friends. They're not telling him.
Busta been loud for years, but now that 50 is digging into his past, he's connecting dots Busta never saw coming, and if you thought this was just about music, you're way off. There's a whole other reason why Busta is sweating right now. Truth is Busta doesn't have real allies in hip-hop like that, and 50 been watching that unfold for a long time.
1 week, worldwide, 840,000 tickets sold in 1 week. 840,000 tickets in 1 week. No, hold up. Stop. Sold 675,000 tickets before the first show in 4 days.
That's because I've been out of the country.
He was hitting me 3 days in a row, like he hit me the first day. No, hold on, he hit me the first day. Hey, yo, Bus, you sold 200.
I've never been on a tour for 5 months. We did the first show July 21st. My last show was November 21st. He's still on that same tour.
Yeah, man.
He don't play with that work. Ever since he first came to Violator and the first Get Rich or Die Trying came out, he was the only one that would jump on a plane like the was a cab.
Right. Go get it.
That got no problem flying 20 hours somewhere and coming back home the next day. This is how he was from the beginning. So being on that tour and being able to do all of those antics every night, the way it was received was phenomenal.
And when you look at Busta's history, it all starts to add up. The man burned bridges with just about everyone, and now that 50 is really peeling back the layers, it's becoming clear why nobody in hip-hop truly stands by him and those few industry friends Busta still got. They're not the type you want to be connected to when receipts start dropping. 50 already teased that Busta got some serious skeletons in his closet, ones that trace straight back to Diddy's inner circle. And if there's one thing we all know, 50 don't speak unless he got facts. Now here's where it gets extra messy. Not too long ago, Busta was out here showing love, giving 50 his flowers.
We call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like every cookout she playing it, all his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing that. Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. Well, I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know this, bro.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matters most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, it's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what?
Busta and 50 used to keep it cool, even with a little back and forth, but now things just exploded. Word is 50 found something big tied to Diddy, and it changed everything. Busta is reportedly freaking out because he's in some footage 50 plans to drop in his new doc, and insiders say it's bad real bad now. Busta is panicking and trying to stop it before it hits the internet.
I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now I ain't know it was Busta at first. Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, the side eye, this big bodyguard in black. Just standing there, looking around, looked at me, still looking around. Meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand. And he says, I'm about to go in this club. We got a section. You can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta, tell my people. I was like, I come in, you know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up. And I was like, bet. So, of course, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists of all time. And back then, I was really on my rap-ish, trying to get on. And I mean, what better way to network? Busta just invited me up to a section. So I'm excited, but I still kept it cool. I ain't no groupie. So I walk away and I tell my dude, I was like, who that was? He was like, yeah, I know who it is.
Even Orlando Anderson also claimed that he had some good moments with Busta as well.
So my dad took like every bad one on me. And I was like, whatever. Whatever. But the babies matter now. And I'm like, not my kids, cause y'all tripping. We made love. That's
who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. Never from trying to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams.
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher was a gusher. And
why you not naming no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friend.
Big Homie confirmed Busta had a pattern of picking up random people from the streets and bringing them into his VIP section. Now word is there's footage from a party showing Busta and Diddy welding out with multiple men said to be former workers connected to Diddy, but it doesn't stop there. Multiple people are now speaking up, claiming Busta allegedly made them uncomfortable by constantly trying to get them to party with him the Diddy way.
Tapping in with Puffy. I know you're not really tapped in, but what
the last thing I saw was like a guy there. He was like, yo, he like pushed me into the trunk. It really hurt. And he sounded me. I was like, yo, look, I could find other things to do for money. Did you see the video? I could find other things to do for money. Bro, I'm not sure I can say that for money. Like somebody pushed me.
How much is this guy trying to get?
I don't know. Like, there's it's a simple suit situation, but it's like
20 mil, I can say it.
You still had to black his face out. You still had to mimic his voice because he's like,
but his
damn.
voice wasn't even that different.
And he had a little deeper. I was like, almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
I almost felt like it was him. I almost knew who it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, that's Buck. You trying to get money right.
Yo, you can't say that dudes are having with other dudes, bro. That might come for you.
You say sweet love, sweet love.
Yeah, you gotta say make sweet love.
That's young buck breaking right there.
Make sweet love.
There's rules to rap beef now, bro.
Not
in your day.
Well, I'm saying like, God, man, why is your homeboy so close to you when you come out of there? Look like you guys just made sweet love. I'm gonna say sweet love instead of anything that says.
That's to me, that's better because they're gonna try to make it something else. You know what I mean?
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to it.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Kiki D said they paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
It's a little, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries, they went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way, according to them. And look, if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they would question or doubt anything.
I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry and the headlines pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations, and the things that are coming forward with him?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. When that time manifests, then, we'll speak about this, hopefully when that time comes. As far as I'm concerned, I don't really like to speak on situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this.
And it's incredibly sensitive.
It's extremely sensitive, and I think that people don't keep in mind the effect of what their opinion can have. And I think it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth is, because an opinion can detrimentally affect someone short-term and long-term. And I just, from my own learning experiences and being through, none of us are exempt from going through challenges and obstacles and trials and tribulations, some are way more intense and extreme than others. But I think at the end of the day, as we go through these things, we learn from them, and we also got to learn how to help people get through them. And that's the angle in life that I like to approach things from, because I know if any one of us is going through challenges in general, we do want some sort of help and guidance and support to not make those mistakes again.
I want to say this, right? Tough is not, it's never what you said. It's always what you did, right? So we know tough, we know people who do this shit. But it usually leads to them living a tough life. It starts a cycle of tough shit. And no matter how tough their act is, they do some brazen shit. They're getting ready to go to the home of the boldest. So they're gonna be around to do that. That's what they did when they put you in the, they classify you and put you in on as bad as you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you gotta show us you're tough again. This is gonna extend your stay. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So it's going down. Tough is not my goal, man. I don't care about that shit, bro. You know what's gangster to me? Is to live the way you want to live. To not have to answer to people to change things.
50 don't go after anyone unless he already won, and when he does, he plays the long game Joe Budden. Even said it, you do not want to ruin things with 50 because once you're on his list, it's over, and right now, Busta should be sweating because 50 has the receipts, and he never blasts them right away. He lets you expose yourself first, and let's be real, Busta been doing just that now. The real question is, will 50 drop everything at once or drag it out like he did with Diddy? And do y'all think Busta is really hiding something? Or is this just another rap beef gone wild? Drop your thoughts below. Is Busta finished? Is 50 about to shut down another legacy? And honestly, should we even be surprised anymore? If you want all the updates, hit like, subscribe, and turn on those notices because this is just the beginning.